I have friends that hit that snooze button every morning because they have like 10 alarms. Then wake up, take the phone, scroll for 15 to 20 minutes and grab that cup of coffee and head out. If you're doing one of these things, it means that this is a wake-up call to improve your morning routine. Of course, without the snooze button part. Having a great morning routine is crucial, vital, or what's another word for incredibly important? Imperative, essential. I cannot stress enough how important it is to not shy away from the morning routine that sets us for happier living. Because as much as I would like to share how good we are going to feel by having a great morning routine, people are just weak when it comes to mornings. They don't want to take an effort at all. And then they feel unfair because they cannot control what they think and how they feel. Feeling good is not magic. It's an equation of the effort we give to improve ourselves. For example, having abs is gym plus nutrition, of course with mental and physical effort. Another example is that business requires failure plus persistence, and of course a lot of things in between that require a lot of effort. No matter how we put it, effort is the key ingredient. And it's also a key ingredient for these morning routines. Now, thanks to the advancement of technology and science, now we have all the information we need to create the perfect morning routine. And on the good side, they did research for all of these morning routines that we are going to explain in this video. And I think that should be enough to at least make us try some of these science-backed morning routines. Number 1, set a specific time to wake up every day. If you still haven't seen the challenge I did when I wake up at 5 a.m. every single day for 30 days, I'll put the link down in the description, so make sure to watch it right after this video. There is a downside to waking up at 5 a.m. every single day, at least for me, but I don't want to spoil the whole video for you before you watch it. Now, waking up at the same time every single day is really important for each and every one of us because of something called the circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythms are 24-hour cycles that are part of the body's internal clock, that are running in the background and carry important functions and tasks. A crucial part of the circadian rhythm is the sleep-wake cycle. Just like it's about with everything, our sleep-wake cycle relies on consistency. By going to sleep and waking up at the same time every day, our bodies learn when it should be awake and when it should sleep. One interesting research study analyzing students' sleep patterns at Harvard College discovered that students with irregular sleep patterns had lower grades than those who have regular sleep patterns. And these results are consistent with other sleep studies, showing that irregular sleep pattern is predictor for worse academic performance, among other things. When properly aligned, an alarm clock can provide consistent and restorative sleep. But when the sleep cycle is not consistent in terms of time, we are mixing up the gears in our brain, because the way I see it, we are binary human beings. We must control the day and the actions we take, because if we let our brain and bodies decide, we'll sleep late, we'll eat junk food, we won't exercise, we'll watch Netflix, and we welcome chaos into our thought pattern, which will affect how we think, how we feel, how we look, and the choices we take through the day. Just a helpful tip. Set an alarm at a specific time to wake up, for example 7 o'clock. Commit to wake up at a specific time for 10 days. And day by day you will start to yawn earlier, which will make it easier for you to wake up earlier. Okay, it's your time to yawn now. I have no idea why it's so contagious. Stop hitting that snooze button. So, it is an undeniable fact that being a morning person is incredibly hard. Just how many people you know that wake up irritated just by being awake? This is due to many factors, including the snooze button. Neil Robinson, a sleep expert, said, if we're dozing off for those extra minutes by hitting that snooze button, we're only preparing our body for another sleep cycle, which is then quickly interrupted. Waking up feeling refreshed after a great night's sleep is something we all dream of, he says. However, most of us are making common mistakes that are preventing us from getting top quality sleep, making us more likely to wake up heavy-headed rather than fresh-faced. It is no secret that alarms take our most precious moment every morning, but they also cause something what sleep experts call sleep inertia. This condition is described as cognitive and motor damage after waking up, which we urgently feel like we need a cup of coffee to wake up and keep us awake. Just a helpful tip. There is no easy way to say this, but instead of hitting that snooze button 10 times in a row, just hit that stop button and wake up immediately. I would also say that 30 jumping jacks makes it easier, but it is a hard task to begin with. So just throw your legs out of that warm blanket. Drink 1 or 2 glasses of water right after you wake up. Looking at the sleep cycle objectively, as soon as we wake up, it means that we've been inactive for 8 hours. Logically, this points out that we need to hydrate our brains and bodies with water. The brain is 73% water, so it doesn't take a genius to connect these two. From a scientific point of view, nearly all of our body's major systems depend on water to function and work properly. And since our bodies is a combination of trillions of cells working together, water is crucial for our bodies and brains to function properly. First, because water fires up our metabolism. Drinking a large, cool glass of water right after we wake up has been shown to fire up our metabolism by whooping 24% for 90 minutes. Second, because we are dehydrated when we wake up. Even if our bodies are telling us that we are not thirsty, we probably are. Water helps our bodies flush out toxins. Your kidneys do an incredible job of cleansing and ridding your body of toxins, as long as your intake of fluids is adequate, according to dermatologist Kenneth Ellen. So getting fluids right after we wake up will help our body flush out toxins first thing in the morning. Our brain tissue is 75% water. When we're not properly hydrated, our brain operates with less fuel, which can make us feel drained, we can experience fatigue, and even mood swings. And the last one, we will eat less. One study showed that people who drink a glass of water before every meal lost 4.5 pounds over a 3-month period because it fills their stomach with a substance that has 0 calories, and people felt full as a result. Our bodies are 72% water, and we don't have enough water when we wake up. So drinking 1 large glass of water is a great way to rehydrate every morning and kick ass as soon as we wake up. Just a helpful tip. I drink half a liter of water in the morning. If drinking half a liter of water in an instant is too much in the morning for you, drink 2 separate glasses of water in a time span of 10 minutes. No matter what we say, some people will always choose coffee first thing in the morning instead of water. Which brings us to the next step. Prepare the coffee, but don't take a sip just yet. If you're like me, I make warm coffee every morning and I don't drink it until it gets colder, which makes it easier for me to avoid that first sip. Research reveals that the cortisol level of people peaks sometime between 8 and 9 a.m. According to Stephen Miller, PhD, rather than taking the first sip to boost us up with alertness, drinking coffee at this time may in fact temper the natural effects of cortisol. So instead of taking the first sip of that dark, delicious roast during this window, hold off for at least 1 hour after you awaken, recommends Miller. It personally took me a long time to switch from drinking coffee first thing in the morning to 2 cups of water. The main case for me, by doing that transition, was that coffee started making me extremely anxious. I was having delayed eyesight, I was having thought misbalance, and I was having hard time focusing on a single task. So now, right after I finish breakfast, I make Turkish decaf. At least we call it Turkish coffee here. And I enjoy every sip with 0 mental problems. Just a helpful tip. When you wake up, do as much of the routines as you can before making coffee. And if you enjoy hot coffee, even better. It will take time for it to cool off, so you can enjoy a great, delicious, healthy breakfast. Give your blood flow a little boost. So, whether we travel or we are in a hotel room, we're at home, we're in the office, no matter where we are, we can always find 2 square meters around us to pump up 10, 20, 30 push-ups and jump start our blood flow. It doesn't have to be an entire workout session from an hour. Studies also suggest that an early morning exercise on an empty stomach speed up weight loss and also boost our energy levels by preparing our body for a whole day of fat burning. Also, working out in the morning may push the body to blow into its fat reserves for fuel, rather than burning out recently consumed food. But let's just move the weight loss aside. Getting our bodies to push our own weight in the morning might be harder than any time of the day. This feeling of unease goes through our entire lives when we face difficulty. It's the same feeling of unease in the stomach when we start a business, when we choose to eat an avocado instead of chocolate, and the same effort when we do 20 push-ups in the morning when we want the least. The way I see it, by pushing this barrier, we set the line of difficulty just an inch further. This means that the project for school,
the deadline we have at work will be a little less difficult to do because we kill that lethargic feeling in the morning. It's a mindset shift from being a producer to being a consumer. And it all starts by placing both of our hands on the floor.
When I give it a thought, the morning of a person can say a lot about his personality. If you're someone who just scrolls on TikTok and Instagram as soon as you wake up, and if you're someone who just taps that snooze button 10 times in a row, it says that you're an indecisive person. Also, if you eat dessert for breakfast, it says that you don't care about your physical health. It makes sense, right? All the routines we described are the complete shift, of course, thanks to science. From someone who doesn't have the steering wheel in their own life to someone who takes full responsibility for everything that happens in their life. Not only our health will skyrocket, but also our overall mood will improve 200%. Would you rather laugh more and have great memories with friends and family, or go day by day through a gray lens? In the next couple of videos, I'll explain my morning routine in detail, so make sure to stay tuned by tapping that subscribe button below. Also, you may have noticed that I ask on each and every video that you champs tap that like button below. The reason is because when you tap that like button below, YouTube sees this video as a relevant source for the topic that we discuss and shows it to more people on YouTube. If you want to see me waking up at 5 a.m. for a whole month, see you in the next video here.